I got paid $3,000 for a 20-second clip. The client reached out to me. I didn't send a single DM. And this keeps on happening, not because I'm lucky, but because I have 3 things dialed in that most editors have 0 of. Okay, in this video, we're going to be talking about what actually makes a $3,000 editing client reached out to you. As you can see, we have skill, positioning, and brand. We're going to go over skill first. So this is the wrong way to think about skill. Most editors think that skill means technical ability, which is how fast and clean your masks are, how many plugins you know. A client has never once thought, wow, the rotoscoping on that is fire, let me hire this person. That's not how their brain works. The right way to think about this skill is, can your edit make someone feel something? When a business owner or artist watches your work and their gut reacts, that's the skill that pays. Not technical precision, but emotional impact. Whenever clients or just anyone in general watches your video, they need to feel something. It could be sadness, it could be happiness, it could be motivational, it could be anything, but it needs to make them feel something. The 3K clip wasn't technically the hardest edit I've ever made, but it made people stop scrolling and 400 people watched it and liked it. Emotional reaction to my edit is what made clients reach out. So what does emotional editing actually look like? So it's structure that builds tension and releases it. That could be music selection that amplifies the visual story. It could be sound effects. Also, knowing when to cut fast and when to let a shot breathe is really important. And overall, creating a vibe that feels like a brand identity, not just a sequence of clips put together, basically. The edit should feel like it has a personality. So I guess if we go over my Instagram, I can select some clips and you'll see basically how like some of them have that emotional feeling. I guess we can go with this one. Hold on.
So theoretically, I think the moral to the story is that, guys, if you create content, you do great shit, and you believe in yourself and you're creative, doesn't matter. You never know who's watching. Genuinely, you never know who knows who knows what. And with social media nowadays, shit just pop up on people's feed. So if you do cool shit, great shit, put it out. Don't worry about your followers or if you're getting 10 likes. If you're doing content and you believe in it, it's sick, and you have dreams, put it out.
So we got people saying, really motivating, gotta keep going. 130 likes on that comment. People are clearly getting motivated. Got my first gig. I guess you gotta stay consistent, have faith after all. You see, like it gave people motivation, you know? And it's the same thing with all my edits. It has some type of emotion to it. We got this one.
Walking past a homeless in a Rolex. Just got off the stage on the Today Show and I basically felt soulless. Years go by and I keep saying I'm gonna use my phone less, but I should just be phoneless. I wrote that first verse in Denver back in September. It's January now and I'm feeling like myself again.
You see, like I kind of used the song for example on there and I built from it, you know what I mean? And it goes with literally all my videos. Okay, so now for the people that are always saying that they're not creative, they don't know how to like make creative stuff or be original, basically I'm about to teach you how to steal and adapt framework or people stuff, basically, which is basically, you don't need to invent a style from scratch. You can find 3 to 5 editors whose work make you feel something. You break their edits down frame by frame, take pieces, and then you basically just put them together. Danny said it best in his interview, good artists create, great artists steal, but you have to twist it and make it in your own or it's soulless. So that goes to my next point, which if you're going to be doing this where you're kind of basically stealing like an artist, don't just straight up just copy those 3 to 5 people's thing, but like make it your own in a way, you know what I mean? Change it up a little bit and don't just copy from one creator because then it's just gonna look like a copy. The worst thing that can happen is for you to get comments and they're telling you that you're basically a clone of this other editor, you know what I mean? Like I guess for example, there's a lot of people that like basically copy my style and just like remake a lot of my edits, which I'm okay with, but a lot of those people are getting comments of people saying that they're basically a Naughty Juan clone. And like, it's just kind of embarrassing, you know, because like they're good at editing. It's just like, they're just stealing my stuff, you know? So I guess it gets to a point because I've had a student tell me that recreating people's edits do help them like get better at editing in a way. But obviously you don't want to copy specific creators' thing over and over again because then you're going to start to catch their style and then you're just going to be a straight up copy, you know? Okay, next is the skill gap that most people miss. Being good at editing and being good at editing that performs are 2 different skills. The edit has to work as content, not just as a portfolio piece. If it doesn't get views, the client can't justify paying you. Okay, next we're going to be talking about positioning. So this is the problem with how editors position themselves. If you look at an average editor's bio, profile picture, highlights, it sounds like every other editor on the platform. And when you sound like everyone else, you compete on price. And when you compete on price, you lose. Now, the reframe that changes everything is that you're not selling editing. You're selling a result. A business doesn't pay you for 30 seconds of footage. They pay you because those 30 seconds are going to get them views, followers, and revenue, most importantly. The moment you understand this, your entire pricing model changes. You stop charging for time and start charging for outcome. So this is how to position yourself as a result. That means your niche matters. Saying I edit videos is not a position. Saying I create viral content for artists that get millions of streams is a position. I make ads that convert from e-com brands is a position. The more specific you are, the more valuable you become. Pricing follows positioning. If you position normally, saying I edit your video, you get normal rates, $50 to $200 per video, which that $200 is probably being a little nice here. I'm pretty sure most of the people who position normally are usually in that lower category, if not even lower than $50, which is crazy, but I'm not surprised. If you position as an investment and say I create content that performs, you can charge $500 to up to $10,000 per video, depending on the niche and the outcome, which is just absolutely crazy. The niche breakdown. Different niches pay wildly different rates. Each has its own pricing ceiling and its own type of client. You need to pick one, understand that niche, and position yourself as a person who serves it. Now, here's a real example from one of my students. Danny was charging $80 per reel and taking on 4 to 5 clients. And after repositioning quality over quantity and focusing on artists, he closed a $900 edit from an inbound DM. He changed how he talked about what he does and who he did it for, and his rates skyrocketed. Positioning is one of the most important things that I'm covering with my students. So if you want to tap into that and learn the method, link will be in the description. But keep watching because this third piece is what ties everything together. Okay, next we're going to be talking about brand. So why does skill plus positioning not enough without a brand? You can be the best in the world with perfect positioning and still get 0 inbound clients if nobody can find you. Your brand is what makes you visible. Your brand is what makes you the person that client thinks of whenever they need an editor. Your brand is not just a logo. Your brand is every touch point someone has with you online. Your feed, your bio, your stories, the way you talk, the type of content you post, the energy you put out, all of that is important. Now, the next thing is something that a lot of people have asked me, which is how do you build a portfolio? And I guess my response to that is that your profile is your portfolio. When a potential client finds you, they're going to spend around 10 seconds on your profile before deciding if you're worth talking to. In those 10 seconds, they need to see 3 things: that your work is fire, that you're active and relevant. I guess it's more than 3 things. And that other people already trust you, meaning you've already worked with other people before. So showing proof through engagement, client tags, or your results, that's really important. Most editors treat their profile like a personal diary, but you need to treat it more like a store page. You know, I kind of treat it like both because obviously I'm a creator. So a lot of people kind of look up to me for like being a creator, I guess, you know? So in a way, I do both. Content is the inbound engine. You need to be posting your work consistently, not once a month or whenever you feel like it, because every post is a chance for the right person to see your work and reach out. And basically how the cycle works is you post an edit, it gets views. A percentage of those viewers are potential clients. Some of them check your profile. If your profile is good, they DM you. That's the whole system. Skill makes the edit good. Positioning makes the profile convert. Brand makes the whole thing visible, you know? So obviously the goal is to make your videos go viral. So let's say you have a lot of views, right? Obviously all those views aren't potential clients, but some of those are, right? And the more views you're getting, the more of those potential clients are going to be the ones watching your video. So basically, the more views you get, the better. How Danny's TikTok blew up and landed him a client. I know I keep talking about Danny. There's Danny and Daniel. Those are 2 different students that I have. But Danny posted a video he made for himself. It went viral on TikTok. An artist saw it, liked the style, and DM'd him. The content brought the client to him. That one video led to a $900 commission and opened up a relation that is still going. So the compound effect. Most editors quit posting after 2 weeks because nothing happened. The compound effect of a brand takes time, but once it kicks in, it doesn't stop. Every post adds to the library. Every viral edit brings new eyes. Every client result builds credibility that attracts the next client. The flywheel gets easier the longer you run it. Now, why are cold DMs a losing strategy? You're competing with 500 other editors, probably even more, saying the exact same thing in the same inbox. The response rate is terrible, and even if someone replies, you're negotiating from a position of weakness because you came to them. When they come to you, the whole dynamic flips. They're already interested. Your only job is to close. So obviously it's going to be way easier to close somebody if they reached out to you. By the way, closing somebody basically means that like you guys end up working together. I know whenever I started doing this, I didn't really know all these fancy words. So I guess that's a breakdown of that, what that means. And the whole point with charging a lot for your edits, it only works if the person is reaching out to you. Because obviously if you're reaching out to somebody saying that, you know what I mean, that you edit and do this and that, it almost looks like you're being desperate. And so like even if they end up agreeing and wanting to work with you, they're obviously not going to want to pay that much because you reached out to them, you know? So the goal is always for people to reach out to you first. And with that, that's going to wrap up the whole thing. If you want me to personally help you build all of these three, that's what my mentorship is for. I teach you the editing style that makes clients reach out. I show you how to pick your niche and price your work. And I personally review all your work. This isn't for everyone and it's not cheap. But if you're serious of making this your full-time job, then I think it's definitely worth it. If you're interested, click the link in the description, apply, and then we can take it from there.